to the Real Raw Real podcast, and we said it right this time. One day it's just gonna flow, and we don't even have to notice that we said it the right way. But welcome back to the pod, y'all, and we are continuing on our series with y'all getting to know us. And today we are talking to U-Landa.
Hello. Hello.
How y'all ladies doing today?
Doing good.
Good? Yes.
Pretty good. Y'all gonna see me sipping on some tea, but pretty good.
Sis, sip on. So yeah, last week we dove into Steph's story a little bit and got to know Steph. Was the Quiet Storm. I keep wanting to say Silent Storm. I think
That works too.
right. Quiet Storm. But yeah, today we are getting to know Pepper Sauce, aka U-Landa, or as
I
I
like that name, by the way. Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me that name, by the way. I really like it.
Because you got the spice. You bring out all the spiciness on stage. So backstory, that happened at the Dallas show, right?
Yeah.
So I think I had learned about the pepper sauce when I went to my show in Orlando because Stephanie brought some for me and they were telling me all about it. And I was like, ooh, if it's spicy, let me try it. I want it. And so when it came time for Yolanda to compete and get on stage, I kept telling her, hey, just bring the spice, bring all that pepper sauce, all that Guyanese, all of the things out. And then I just kept saying it from there.
Yo, you said it so much. I was like, hold up. Wait, I'm pepper sauce. And just to make it right, we talk about the Guyanese pepper sauce. Exactly. So it was like, okay, I think I could flow with it.
Right. So I'm officially, I like to say officially, unofficially indoctrinated into the pepper sauce. But what is, for the people listening, what is that? Steph, Yolanda, whoever wants to go, because y'all are both Guyanese. So
What a pepper sauce?
Yeah, what is it?
Steph, since you just make the pepper sauce, I'm gonna let you take this one. Because I believe the one that you got specifically, Steph made that by hand, and she got green thumbs, so she planted the pepper herself. Let me not throw that in there. Let me make sure it's coming correct from Steph.
So basically, the pepper sauce is it's hot sauce, except a lot hotter. That's all it really is.
What? Steph, you gotta break it down. Okay, you gotta break it down.
Ingredients?
I know with my cousin, she makes it with the riri pepper. It's a small little round pepper that she just like blend up.
It depends on the person. If I'm kind of testing the waters on should it really be spicy for them, or do I think they can handle spice? Do I think maybe they'll like really spicy? It all depends on what type of pepper I put inside.
So
that's kind of how I gauge.
Brandi?
I think Brandi, I did a mixture of habanero and ghost peppers.
And it's
I don't even know what ghost peppers are.
They're supposed to be hot. That's sauce. The emoji.
It's the ghost peppers, and then I think it's the Carolina Reapers. I didn't put that inside because it wasn't sure how spicy she liked.
Yeah.
I like it spicy. Is there you make some spicier than what you made for me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta try that too.
You need to give her the spice. She want all the spice. She want all the heat, as a matter of fact.
Yes, all the heat, all the spice.
I feel like pepper sauce is not hot sauce. It's pepper. Like, you know, when people go to compete talking about they can eat pepper, like it's pepper, but it's like grind up and made into that sauce. And my cousin loves to do a cool thing. I love when she put cucumbers in my pepper sauce. It just gives me the nice little twist, or mangoes.
Yes, I done mangoes.
So that's how my pepper sauce is mixed. So you can do a whole bunch of things with it. Yeah. What happened?
I had a visitor over my house one day and they wanted some pepper to cook with. So gave them some pepper and I was like, I don't think you should put that in first, because once that releases into the air, it might not be that great. So you might have to put some other stuff first and then mix it. Tell me why they put it first. And then they were like, this smells like pepper spray. the whole house was just like they were coughing and choking. I'm like, that's why I told you don't do that.
Next time you'll listen to me.
It's real.
Right. So now that we cleared that up, pepper sauce is legit straight pepper, hot sauce, heat. So when we call out to Yolanda to bring out the pepper sauce on stage, we're just telling her to bring all the heat because, as we've all seen, she has the sass. She's got it all. So
Gracias.
that's a hey, bring it every single time. Bring the pepper sauce.
Yeah, I receive that. I receive it. That really helped with me putting it out there because my butt was in my head. I probably shouldn't say but you guys know what I mean. I was all up in my head when it came to that show, and she just kept saying, "Bring the pepper sauce, bring the sauce, bring the Chinese pepper sauce."
Bring
She
that
said it
sauce.
all I know is I needed to bring some sauce in.
Bring some heat. And every time she transitioned, it just got hotter and hotter.
Locked in. It locked in. I appreciate that.
Anytime, anytime. So speaking of um, that Dallas show, tell us
Mhm.
a little bit about you for the people who don't know you yet or don't know a lot about you. Just give us a little bit of background besides the pepper sauce, because I think we got that part.
All right. So, of course, I always love to throw Guyana in there. So, I'm representing my country. I know next time I go somewhere, I'm trying to take my flag everywhere, a bigger one, a bigger one.
Yeah.
Right, Steph? Because we had the small one when we met up with Daraja.
Huh?
We got to get the big flag, throw it up. But yeah,
Am I?
um, not much. I am U-Landa Browne. Currently, I've been a stay-at-home mom for 4 years, and it's just been quite an interesting journey transitioning from mommyhood and wife, and now competitor, we should say, or I've always been an athlete, but competitor. But it's been interesting and fun.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I don't even know where to start exactly. Should I start at where my journey began into this
Yeah.
lifestyle?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, you said you're an athlete too, so give us all of the things. Give us how you got to where we are today.
All right. Well, interesting fact to start off, even though this is young days, I technically was not allowed to compete in any sports.
Mhm.
Yeah, way back in the beginning, but then like a transition happened, a shift in lifestyle. My parents got divorced, and boom, my mom very supportive with a lot of things, and my health and phys ed teacher, she kind of was like, "Oh, you should do track." And I'm that little kid. I just love running. I would run with my brother out in the street barefoot, whatever. He had me running out there, so I'm like, "Oh man, this is great. I want to do sports." I was like always into those things. So, my mom let me fly, started doing track. I did volleyball, was a cheerleader. Whatever you gave me, I probably would have done it. But in certain schools, you're only allowed to do 3 sports. So those were the ones I mainly stuck with. And the one that transitioned with me was volleyball. I went from like playing volleyball in high school and college, and then transitioning to that same volleyball coach who was also my track coach way back when, calling me and saying to be uh, a coach, and I said nope.
Like straight like that, just no.
I mean, I said no. I don't think I can do it. You know what I mean? That lack of confidence in myself. But she convinced me to go ahead and try. She said, you have the skills, you have the talent to do it. And that I did. And I went ahead. And like everything I do, when I do something, I really want to dive into it and give the best of me when it comes to it. So I wanted to give my athletes the best of myself and the best coaching that I can possibly give. So I continued my journey of playing volleyball into adulthood to make sure that I learned, as well as, educating myself in different ways. But one of my things about learning is that I need to put myself in it. I'm very much a visual learner, a doer. So I took a lot of what I've learned and transitioned to help my athletes in the sport itself. And I proud of myself. I sent a few off to college with scholarships, and boom, I was grateful for that. But the twist, by the way, I didn't mention I was also a health and phys ed teacher myself, but the twist came when we decided that I would transition from teaching and coaching to being able to give all of that time to my unborn son at the time. But when I got pregnant, we decided that was the route my husband and I would like to go, because just as much as I want to give to all of my athletes and students and pour into them, I want to be able to pour into my son. So that transition came. But with that transition, it's really a huge life transition. At least it was for me. In doing that, I kind of felt like kind of lost a sense of self, because you kind of have one identity that you kind of go with. I was a coach, I was a teacher, and then now I'm like stay-at-home mom, a wife, and just not sure where to go or what exactly I was doing for self in that transition and in that learning process of something completely new. Right. You guys, having a kid, getting married, all of those things are definitely transitions that we sometimes don't just flow into naturally. It's things that we have to continue to progress and learn lifestyles with our partner and with our child, who's teaching us how to take care of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, I really want to say that because every child is so different. So, there are things that I just didn't know about going into the process of raising my son. And just, you learn as you go, you learn as you parent. So with all of that happening way in the beginning of this transition, not having my family super close, I kind of went into a bit of depression. My son had like different types of allergies that I didn't know how to deal with. I wasn't seeing myself, the normal self that I would see in the mirror. I was seeing someone totally different, losing lots of weight because I wasn't eating well. And I was like, man, I have to do something for myself. And it didn't happen right away. It happened progressively. Maybe when my son transitioned to about 1.5 years old, I was like, I'm really feeling not myself, not the person I once was, not the person I want to be. A lot of things were clouded. I would say I went through a lot of postpartum depression. And in saying that, I don't want to say I'm self-diagnosed, but I was supposed to go to therapy in regards to that. But in learning my process of being a mom, I didn't feel like I even wanted to leave the house. So I did not go to my therapy. But in knowing these little things about myself, I tried to find something in me that made me feel like me. And a lot of it was fitness. I knew that getting back to that and doing something would help pull me in a direction that I wanted to go. So I kind of dived in and, talked to my husband. I actually expressed to him things that I was feeling because there was so much that I was holding inside. And he kind of agreed. And we started making ways for me to accomplish this goal. And I can say for me, accomplishing and making it to stage, it was very difficult. It was a lot of stuff to balance, but it's really what has helped me so far in finding myself again and continue to finding myself and just become what I feel to be a better individual, a growing individual, someone that I could see in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm starting to like her even more than anybody that I was in the past. And not to say I was a different person, but I can say there's definitely been some growth. And with the direction that I'm shooting in, I hope to continue going in that direction and having that same growth. Um, and I think I poured out as much the best way I can with how I kind of, is that how I got started? Or just a little bit about me in general, I should say.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. I mean, and in the vein of the real, raw, real, even just talking about the postpartum depression, because I think that sometimes I think it's more spoken about now, but I know at one point it's been kind of taboo, or at least from my understanding, most new mothers kind of feel that shame that comes with the postpartum depression. And so a lot of the times we don't even really know what, our friends and family are going through in terms of the postpartum depression. Sometimes they don't even know. So even though you didn't go to therapy per se, for you to even recognize that something is happening here and I need to do something about it, I think that's like incredibly brave. Like incredibly brave, incredibly strong-willed, and that just says a lot about the inner you that's in there, that we know, Steph and I know. Um, I think that's excellent. And you actually answered one of my questions because you said you're starting to look in the mirror and like the woman that you see. And I was gonna say, do you feel like it's the woman that you once saw prior to going through your transitions, or do you feel like this is a whole, like Alicia Keys says, like a brand new me, a brand new kind of me?
Definitely, definitely. I don't know if I want to use the word brand new because I think we've had a bunch of talks. And something that you've mentioned, can't recall exactly what we're talking about, but you're saying that it is me. And I think it's the person that's inside of me that I really want to be on the outside, but never transitioning to her, never letting it out, never allowing it to show. And that's what this journey has kind of been. It's kind of been me taking that person that's inside of me, the real me that only I feel like I only know, and allowing her to shine through. So I'm not sure if she's brand new. She's probably brand new to the world itself, but not brand new to me. Because inside I'm thinking, man, I wish I could do this, or I wish I can be that, or, I wish I can express this. And by all means, I'm still working on all of these things. It is not perfect, but it's like that person that I see inside that just wants to be just so much greater. And it's her finally flipping and coming outside of my body. So she's not new. She was here. She
Yeah,
was here, but it's just like unfolding or whatever the case. Brand new to everybody else, but mentally old to me.
fair enough. That's cool. But
Yeah.
I think that's a treat to the world, to be honest.
Mhm.
Because you just have so much light about you. And I think you're just magnetic in who you are anyway. Just a lot of people just gravitate to you and your energy. So I think that is, you are a blessing to the world in that way because of that light that you have, that you are allowing to finally shine through for the rest of the world to see.
I appreciate that. It's always crazy me hearing that because it's like me thinking, I'm like, is that really me though? It's like I still question it. Like that person that everybody sees, is that really me? Am I really this light? Am I really this happy, amazing person? Because you know what everybody sees, I really don't want to be that Instagram person that, everybody only sees that light, we should say, and not notice that I have struggles, many, many struggles. I don't want to be that person. I want to be as vulnerable and honest with everybody as possible. And it's like sometimes I'm really feeling dark. And it's crazy because when everyone's seeing that light, it could be moments before, like I'm still feeling dark. So it's like, I really appreciate that. And I really enjoy hearing it, what I'm capable of doing for others, but I want to be super honest and truthful too, that light sometimes is not exactly, I can't fully see it for myself because I know how I am every day. But I know that I want to break out of my dark so much that that is what I want to give out to everyone. And I hope that makes complete sense. Sense of what I'm saying. But thank you for that. And, thank you guys for always sharing that with me and always reminding me what I'm giving off or what I'm sharing with others. And it's real. It's not that I'm being fake about anything. It's like I really feel like that's how I am. But there's other sides to me as well.
100%.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, though. I mean, I appreciate you even sharing that, all of that stuff with us.
Yeah. I'm shaking right now, y'all. Y'all don't even know it.
Hey, it's all good.
I'm shaking. It is challenging. Trying to be super vulnerable and honest, but that was one of the biggest things about like being able to start this with you guys and being able to talk is really trying to get this out
right
as much as possible. Yeah. So, whew, I'm still shaking.
Okay, shake it off. You got it, girlfriend. And I mean, to your point, I think that's kind of really how the Real Raw Real was born because, we were talking about everything is just not all glitz and glam that we see on the medias. And, even as you stated, we see the essence of you. So maybe even if you don't always feel the light or see the light, you still exude the light because it's who you are from the inside out, and you wanting to be open and honest and transparent along me too. I think that just really speaks to just your authenticity and just the essence of who you are because this is real life, right? Competing is one facet of our life, but the world still turns outside of that. So I just appreciate you sharing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm here for it.
Indeed.
So for your first show, how did you feel getting your first suit and being on that stage?
All right. So let's two parts. The first suit, let's dial back a little bit because I remember our interview with you and you talking a lot about, do I have to wear that? Girl. I'm like, I don't know if this is happening at all because that two piece, like you guys know how they used to make like the boys shorts like swimsuits, the
Yeah.
two piece.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love
That's
those
me.
things.
Me too.
Yes. That's all I rocked.
Thanks.
It's me. You are not catching me in like the bikini with the glutes out and nothing like that. Oh, I think my baby home. But I was like, oh my God. But I know I want this for myself. So I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna do this. Stretch marks and all. We're gonna put it out there.
Hey.
But like the suit itself, when it arrived completely done, like I was definitely in awe of it. And I just couldn't believe that it was made for me. It was beautiful. And being able to like put it on and walk across that stage, which I was terrified and scared to do. and definitely did black out and don't remember much of any of it except for the videos and pictures after, I look good. For
Hey.
what it was at the time, I look good. And I was very proud to be able to do that and accomplish that. And feel like, I mean, I definitely feel like I was very on another level already,
Mhm.
just from like putting on a suit.
Now, did your first suit color had any like representation or meaning to you?
Girl, why are you gonna bring me to tears? Wait,
That's a good
take
question.
this off camera. Bring it back real quick. So it was really wild. In terms of, picking a suit with some companies, you go into it and you have to pick every single detail of it. I didn't want to do any of that. So when it came to working with Shawn, that was the one thing that stuck out to me. I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. I was like, yes. So to be honest, I just wanted to throw it in her hands because I guess what stuck out was like she'll kind of pick your colors for you and this, that, and the fourth. So um I already had an idea that I would want to wear red. But I was open to anything. And I didn't even pick stone colors or anything like crystal colors or anything like that. So it was a matter of she said red. And when the crystals showed up on it, I was like, oh man, my mom would love this. Like this is everything of her and symbolizes something that she'll put on, something she'd want to see me in, something that represented her. And it just made me feel amazing because I knew that stepping on that stage,
It's
like
okay.
Good.
stepping on that stage, like it made me feel like she was there with me. So that suit was everything. And if we jump to the second suit, her colors were like red and gold, and creams. So it was just like both of those were like representations that really just made me feel good, made me feel like I had armor on, made me feel like I could just do anything because she was there with me. So
You
yeah.
guys feel connected.
Yes.
I love that. That's so special.
Y'all gonna have a lot of this.
It's okay. It's all right. I mean, it's the real, real, real. So this is exactly what we want. All good.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like, yeah, stop. Okay, okay,
Shawn
okay,
made
okay.
both of your suits, the red one and the gold one.
Hmm.
Shawn made both your suits, the gold and the red one.
Yes, and to be honest, it's yellow, but for me personally, like when you actually see it, it looked like a rich gold.
Yeah.
So yellow gold, whatever we want to call it, gold.
Right.
um, yeah, she made both suits, and I could say for the second one, I really didn't give her anything really.
Mhm.
I gave her four colors, and she rocked out, and boom. She was like, I think this is gonna look great on you, and did everything else. I don't even know what it was gonna look like until she shipped it out. And I was like, oh my God, tears again, tears again. Literally. Like you think with your first suit, and I didn't even know how emotional you get about the suit.
Mhm.
But it is kind of like putting on your wedding dress. And it was like, oh man, first suit teared up, second suit didn't expect that I'll have so much emotions again, but that representation was everything. So
Oh, I love
yeah.
that. Was very special.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
So I think that most people by now, at least the ones of us that know you, know that the Battle Up show that you did in Dallas recently was actually only your second show ever. So for you to serve the way that you served and it's only your second show, like what kind of a journey did you have to be able to bring that to the stage? Do you feel like you've always had some sort of rhythm to like your posing or some sort of confidence to your posing? or did you have to work for it? Like, tell us how we got from show one to pepper sauce in show two. And did you have the pepper sauce in show one? Would you say that you did?
You know what? It's a hard one because when I look back at my videos of me trying out a pose or attempting to pose, I'm like, what was that?
Yes, yes.
I'm like,
I
oh
did
my
the same
God,
thing.
hide that, please.
Yes.
But I can definitely say I had some type of energy when it came to my first show. Literally, I worked with Shawn twice, y'all.
Okay.
Um, I kind of worked with someone else prior, and my routine was loaded. It was loaded, and I was so tense and freaking out. And wait, hold up, Brandi. That's when I reached out to you.
Slid into DMs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's when I first slid
I ain't
into
shy about
your DMs, huh?
I said, you're not shy about asking somebody something.
Listen, you don't know how much that did. It was simple as all of this is going on. I'm freaking out. I'm like wondering if I should go ahead and just use, because you obviously when you buy your suit package, you have posing that comes with it. I had all of those. I was just sitting on it. I was like, I'm gonna save these for my second show. Brandi was like, girl, you don't want to start off doing that wrong.
That's
You
okay.
want to start off right. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, let me go on ahead and book my session with Shawn. I booked like 3 sessions, and was aiming for more, but with the way everything fit, it was just like get in what you could fit in. One of my sessions I done canceled by mistake. So I ended up having 2 sessions. Excuse the phone. So one session was like a month out,
Mhm.
and then the next session was a week out. So
From
in
your
the first, yeah. So in the first session, she kind of just brought down the posing to just keeping it simply front, back, front. It just the one pose that I needed to focus on and which one looked best on me.
mm,
A lot of transitions were happening then with posing anyway. So one of the poses that I was doing was already no longer going to be, or no longer a bikini style pose.
right.
Um, so with that, her bringing it down caused me to calm down a little bit, but me still freaking out with only a couple, few days, week out from the show. Having that last talk with her, it was like I got on the call with her and I was like, please don't change anything. I was like, please don't change anything. I don't think I can handle anything else right now because I was dead freaking out with everything that's going on and me not knowing the process of everything. So legit, what she did was just instilled like a little bit of you're doing great. You look good. And I'm like, I don't think I do, but okay, I'm gonna believe you and I'm gonna just go ahead on and just do what I'm doing right now. And I just literally took that to the stage and was just like, all right, we just have to work. And I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I blacked out. But when I look back at it, I did have a little bit of salt. We wouldn't call it pepper sauce. It wasn't really bringing no heat, but it was okay. Like I walked on there looking like somebody that knew a little bit of something. I mean, I did transitions different. I changed like 3 times, did it 3 different ways. But when you look back in the video, I kept going, and nobody could tell. They all look good.
Okay.
That's right.
So I'll take that. But I mean, definitely the biggest thing that I wanted to improve on from that first show to my second show was confidence. Just having confidence when I stepped out there. And that was my personal feedback that I had for myself. Like I didn't actually even go get my feedback from the judges about my actual look. It was just like, I just want to get on the stage and be confident. And that's what I worked on the whole year.
Right.
Even when I was coming to CCTS that year, I knew that I was like, I want to demonstrate some form of confidence. And I mean, boom, end up getting that crown. I was like, really? Well, okay, thank you. And even from that crown, I took that and I used that to keep adding to bring the sauce that y'all keep talking about.
Yeah. It's
I'm like, I'm gonna take that.
effortless.
Say that again.
I said it's effortless at this point. It looks like anyway.
I'm getting there.
Okay. What did you
As
have
soon as
to do to get like you said you wanted to improve on your confidence. So like what did you actually have to do or what did you have to change or what had to shift for you to feel like you were bringing more of that confidence?
you know what? Honestly, it goes back to a little bit of being a little bit outside of yourself. Like I said, there's this girl that was living inside of me that's like, she can do that, you
Mm,
know? And I needed to bring her out. So
mm,
it was just a lot of self-talk, I would say. You know, when you get into that gym and, you know, I'm a quiet person. Like, I'm not a big listener of music while I'm working out.
Oh,
But
wow. Let me just say, oh, how.
right.
listen, I don't even drive with music, but you know, I started trying to, yeah, I don't know, you guys.
You step over here like what?
I don't know, you guys, but I definitely started trying to tune into that more, and finding something that made me feel outside of myself. You know, what is that song that's gonna make you feel like, ooh, it's that girl. So yeah, I started finding a couple of things, started tuning into that, and then just telling myself, like, listen, you look good. And you know, everybody else coming from the outside pouring into you, telling you that you have it, show them that you have it. You know what I mean? So I mean, I really appreciate all of your outside voices as well, because it really helped. You know, Coach Jasmine, Shawn, my husband, you know, even my old coach Shay, like everybody just saying, girl, what's wrong with you? You're good. You know, it took a lot of that, tuning into myself to bring that person out. And every time I walked into posing, I was just like, girl, go ahead and kill it. You know, keep your eyes on the judges, look at all of them. Don't be who you was blacking out the last time. Go ahead and just, I don't know, dial into it. Like when you're trying to do that hard lift, your posing is like dial into it and just feed that energy.
That's good. That's
Shoot,
good.
that's what, yeah. It was fun though. It was fun. It's actually cool when I look back at little videos. I don't really put up too many clips of it. At least I don't think I did. But when I really look back at the progression, I'm like, oh, she came. She started showing up. I like her. I like where I ended up versus where I was.
What's the time frame between your first show and your last show that you just did?
I did my first show April 2021 and did my second show December. So over a year.
Did you
Yeah.
take that long by choice? Because I know a lot of us competitors, especially when we get into the throes of it, it's actually hard to want to take time off. Like, did you want to take that year span between competitions, or did it happen by happenstance? Like, how did that go?
It went like a roller coaster. It's interesting because I want to say that I wanted to take the time, which is the truth. I knew that I wanted to take some time before hopping back on stage, even knowing that everyone was saying, you know, you're ready. But I wasn't ready mentally and emotionally. I want to be in tune with what I'm doing. And it was one, having that confidence and belief in myself, which I'm still struggling with, you know. Um, and two, just really understanding the sport. Like I literally, it's like a process for me. I feel like I jumped in, and I'm okay with jumping in. I like that because I wanted to learn.
Mhm.
Um, And like I mentioned with volleyball, one of the ways of me learning something is to put myself in it. So
I think
that
you've
time,
definitely immersed yourself in the sport within the last year.
it
That,
feels so good.
that,
It feels so good. And that's literally what I wanted to do. I didn't know that it was going to go so deep, so hard, and so fast, but I liked it, and I like it. And I'm thankful for this past year of taking that time. So it was definitely planned to take that time, but I didn't know what that time was going to be or what that time was going to look like. Especially with, winning the sponsorship from Jasmine. Jasmine was, when we spoke, she was absolutely understanding in terms of, I was like, I'm not ready. I was like, I just want to learn as much as possible. And she was like, girl, I'm proud of you for, doing that and really taking the time to learn. But also I learned something along the way. I needed to set a goal for myself, because if I didn't, I probably would not end up on stage last year. I missed the first show that she was interested in me doing, which was Pacific USA's. And I was really sad about that because she was competing in that show. It would have been so dope to have like my coach there at my, second show back. But yeah, I ended up missing that time frame. So technically I was supposed to get back on a little sooner, but mentally and emotionally I wasn't there. And I really wanted to be, because I really wanted to feel every bit of the journey,
right.
not just black out again. Black out again. And all things happen for a reason. So yeah, I was with it. I was happy with how it turned out.
Well, and you did. I will forever say, like, you killed it on stage, like, crushed it. I would have never known that was your second show. Like, hands down, you showed up and showed out for sure.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna keep saying it. I had all of you guys behind me. So that made it so much easier. I must admit too, like being able to be behind the scenes of shows a bit,
Mhm.
ooh, that definitely took some nerves away. And that was the goal and purpose of that. That definitely took some nerves away, nervous energy. I was still nervous, but you guys get what I'm saying. Just being behind the scenes, seeing how things are ran and how it progresses through the show, and being able to realize that so many people that I talked to at all of the shows, like they felt so similar to what I was feeling. And for me, it was good being on the other side because I got to share that with them. Like I had so many conversations with people, like male and female,
Mm.
males and females. I'm like, it's okay, you're good, like just go out there and have fun and talk to people, make friends. This is the first part of your journey. And hopefully it continues, but it's going to be amazing as long as you just stay in tune with everything that's going on. I'm sure some people still blacked out, but it's okay. Then I had some people come back and run back to me and said thank you just for sharing that and keeping them in that zone. And then I had people who came back and shared with me winning their pro card. It was just it was really cool. So that actually really helped me a lot, being able to be in tune with those people who are first timers and other competitors too.
Right. That's excellent. That's really good. Um, awesome. So, to switch gears a little bit, so we typically talk here on the show about how we manage, I guess in this case, competition life balance versus like kind of like the work life balance, but same. And you mentioned that you've been a stay-at-home mom now for 4 years and things of that nature. So, what is your competition life balance like? What kind of challenges did you face, and how have you if you have, how have you overcome them to make everything work for you?
Ooh, loaded.
I did give you a
All
lot.
right. So let me just say, I don't know what I'm doing. I have been super honest with you guys. My most difficult thing, I don't know if it's the most difficult, but it's one of the most challenging right now is time management. I suck at it. And if I pull my husband over here, he probably gonna tell you guys the same because he tries to help me out in that area of time management. It's definitely a struggle for me. And it's the one thing that I'm like trying to overcome in a major way, having my calendar now and plugging everything into my phone and writing out in detail of what I need to do and having it in front of my face has been some things that I'm doing to try to overcome that. But yeah, with trying to compete and being a stay-at-home mom, it's gotten a little bit easier this year because my son started school. But prior to that, it was, I would say, even more challenging finding the time because it would be him and I for most of the day because my husband works, he leaves before we wake up and then he comes home when it's time to kind of wind down. So, and he's usually a bit tired after work, so it's challenging. um you know just here's Junior, bye now. But I mean, he's definitely up for it. He's been like the biggest supporter, and in that way, he knew that I wanted to make this goal, so he'll take Junior so that he can make sure that I get to the gym, or he'll have someone else when we were back in Jersey. Maybe he'll call his sister to help us out, but we really had to learn to try to depend. Well, me personally, I needed to learn, and this is the aspect of husband and wife too. I needed to learn how to depend on him more to help me hit these goals. But yeah, he'll put in his part in that, or if he couldn't do something, he'll make sure he found someone else to help so that I can get things done. Here in Cali, it's a little bit harder because we don't have anyone out here really, but we still try our best to make it work. And like I said, Junior started school, so most of the time when he's at school, I would try to work out at that time and be finished in time to get him. The crazy part is, how do I not manage to get all of this done? Like, how does my life go right, left, and center, and I still feel like I can't like compact it within the time frame that I have, and I need more. But like I said, still trying to figure out life and putting the pieces together to make it work, and trying to depend more on my husband, which I suck at because I still try to do stuff. We gonna figure it out. We figure it out as we go. It was show too. It was show too. We're trying to make it the lifestyle. I'm gonna get there, but progression.
One step at a time. That's all you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still learning everything. How to be a wife, how to be a mom.
I'm in that boat in
Yeah.
some ways too, so I get it.
Mhm.
Not the mom part, unless you want to count the dog. But um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, not tough in a bad way, but just, having to learn how to coexist with other personalities, good, bad, or indifferent. Not saying that yours are bad, but just having to balance just that is a challenge in and of itself. So, again, as with you recognizing that you needed to do something different when you mentioned that to us earlier, um, I still commend you for just always recognizing when something needs a change or something needs to shift, or being brave enough to ask for help. That's a challenge. So kudos to you for sure.
I'm gonna ask for help some more. I gotta be better at it.
Baby steps.
I like that. Tiptoeing.
Right. Or what was it that Steph said last show? This technique isn't working.
Yeah.
This technique isn't working. So let me try something else.
Try something else. We really gotta write that down somewhere.
Definitely gotta write that down. I'm gonna put it on my fridge. Like I feel like that's a positive that can be such a positive mantra. Instead of
It is.
beating yourself up about something, it's like, dang, why can't I do this? Because I'm the same. I struggle with time management and I can beat myself up so bad. But maybe if I reframe it to like, you know what? This time management technique is not working for me. Maybe
Maybe I should try something else.
I should try another technique.
And we do. I
Mhm.
can say literally, like with my show of fitness internship, like I just plugged in. I've been missing like the online classes
Mhm.
because I'm still trying to figure out. Because after I drop junior off, then class starts like a couple minutes after.
Mhm.
But that time, that hour, is usually when I'm trying to get all my foods prep to go to class and shower and everything. So I'm like, okay, but if I sit down for the class, it's like, what's going to happen? And usually it's like, I'm running a little late to class. I'm figuring it out. But, that was just to say I had tried a new technique by, making sure that I plug in all the alarms for the class into my phone so that so that I at least know it's time for class. Because I was missing it completely. I'm like, what is class?
Right.
Get to class, get to the in-person class, and they're talking about something like, yeah, did you see this on the? I'm like, oh, y'all had class this morning?
Okay.
I'm like, we gonna get this done when it get done.
I'll catch it on the back end. Got it. Good deal. What you got, Steph?
Let's see. So, what would you say the difference is with I'm gonna say your son's name, Junior being in school versus not in school, that has changed?
Ooh, that just that in itself, like it was a lot the first time around. One of the biggest things was I was nursing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was nursing, and just having him the whole time. He's not one of those kids that, he'll go off the side and he'll like watch TV on his own or play a game on his own. You gotta interact with my son. So to say like, I'm really getting things done, I can never go through just like if I want to cook, like don't think I'm gonna sit here and cook a whole meal and be done with it. Like I literally like, okay, we'll cut up the potatoes now, the sweet potatoes or whatever. Cut it up now. Put it on the side. It's gonna sit there and wait until I can either boil it if I want it that way, or put it in the oven. It's like you have to do things in segments because he wants your attention. He wants to do stuff. He wants to play. He wants to have fun. Whatever the case. So it was just like all my attention kind of really just went straight to him, and I still do it to this day. Like I don't know how to be like go color. No, if he's coloring, I'm coloring with him. It's like that's our interaction. Like he has this game now, Kirby, he wants to play. It's like, mommy, you gotta play with me. So we're playing. Usually everything just takes the back seat to whatever he wanted. So this little bit of time that he does have in school, like, frees me up just a bit. I just personally need to maximize on that time and like maybe just set myself up for these are the things you have to do within this time, write it down and try to stick to it.
Mhm.
So I mean, it from then to now, it's good because, like I said, like my hands is a little bit free. He's at school from that time, but we still trying to work it. We still trying to work it. but it definitely has helped the process a lot, because now, I don't have to go around, depending on my husband completely to watch him when he gets home after work. I'm already done with the workout, so at least my husband could at least go and work out if that's what he wants to do later, or he has time.
Is there any advice that you would give moms that are interested in competing, but they're not sure how to like prioritize or how they can make the time?
Whew, I'm still working on it. You want me to give advice out here?
Well, is there any encouraging words, I guess?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like if they do have, their significant other or their family members, sometimes we don't want to like put our kids on anyone else, but it's okay. It's okay to ask for help when you need it. And it's even if you're not competing, period.
Right.
It's okay to ask for help when you need it. So just feel free to allow your family to help you in that way. I mean, who knows, they probably would appreciate it because it'll seem like they're more in tune in helping you to fulfill your goals. So I mean, that's what I would say for now, and whenever I come up with more, I will surely pass that on. But I think that's the biggest one. It may feel uncomfortable in some type of ways. Like I have difficulty asking for stuff, but I'm learning that it's okay. So yeah, it's okay to depend on others sometimes.
Okay. That's really sage advice for sure. Um, has being a competitor now, for these last several years, shaped or impacted your life in any way? Have you changed anything? Have you done anything better? Or, have you reverted in some ways in any way? Like, how has competition life impacted your just day to day?
My day to day.
Yeah, your day to day, your everyday life.
Okay. I would definitely say that it's
Okay, we're back. In the vein of real, raw, real, my computer cut off, even though it was on the charger. But we're back. Gotta love technology. All right, so let's start off on how has competing shifted or impacted your everyday life?
Yeah. All right. So
let me make sure I got battery. Hold on. All right, go.
Well, as we were saying. So I was gonna say, I think it's just molding my lifestyle, because one of the things about this journey, when heading into it, that's exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to become a lifestyle, so something that I'm doing consistently every single day. So I knew that it was something that would help my time management. We didn't get there yet, but we're working on it. But
that's
work in progress. Yeah.
In progress. So that's something that I wanted. I wanted to make sure that, I did mention that, I lost a lot of weight after pregnancy. Did I mention that? No, I just mentioned I didn't see myself in the mirror. But yeah, one of the things was I lost a lot. So where some people hold on to the weight that they gained, I was shrinking. So, something in focusing in, dialing into my diet and the proper way of eating. Man, listen, I have never done that properly. Not to say there's a perfect way, but I'm thinking about my childhood, how many meals I used to skip, how much I would unintentionally fast. And even when I started working, I very much so fasted a lot. So I never really ate well to really feed me and feed my body for all the things that I actually was doing. I'm like, man, I could have been so much better. But not only that, it's molding my lifestyle and maybe what my son sees too.
Oh,
So that's the biggest thing and the biggest impact. I want him to start off better than I did. So even though I'm not super in tune and saying, come do this workout with me or come try that, he's seeing certain things that I do and he wants to do it. He keeps saying, oh, mommy, I want to take you to the gym. Like,
oh,
yeah, it's so cool. Like for him to say he wants to, take me to the gym after school. So it's pretty cool because I have had him in there once or twice, which I don't try to do too much because I have a like traumatic experience that I had with kids in the gym. So I have a fear of it.
yeah.
But, it's super cute that, he wants to do that. So I could see him in the future, wanting to do it for himself. And the other day I mentioned I haven't done my yoga and he's like, mommy, let's do yoga, like, so I'm like, even those little things, it's that's how it's flowing for me and that's how it's molding for me and also molding for him. I want him to really start off way better than I did. So that's pretty much it for now. I'm sure it's doing so much more, like with self-care, self-talk, building my confidence in myself, becoming the woman I see inside,
Mm,
becoming on outside. So all of those things.
nice.
It's really, this journey has really been full blown impact on all those things.
Nice. I love that. I think that's so cute for him to say, I want to take you to the gym. That is the most adorable thing.
I love it.
It's funny, my nephews, both of them, one is 6 now, the other one is 4. And at one point in time, they used to call me and I was always at the gym. So one day I went to visit and they were arguing. So the argument was, where does Auntie Steph live? And the oldest one said, oh, she lives in Virginia. And the youngest one's like, no, she doesn't. She lives at the gym. Like, well,
I knew
you're
that was
not
coming.
incorrect, but that's not really where I live.
I knew that was coming. I was gonna say that. Yeah, he said
Like, I
that.
don't sleep there, but
Oh my gosh, that's where you
They're
spend
funny.
most of your time. Yes, yes, gotta love them.
Mhm. Okay.
It's a killer. And you know what is so cute with you and your nephews? I could definitely see them transitioning and progressing in that same way because that's what they know of you and see of you. Of course, so much more. But even you talking about, they try all of your foods, they take some of your macro. It's so cute. So who knows? I'm gonna have you some.
I already told them they have to watch my YouTube channel because that's all they watch on YouTube. I was like, this is the channel. Once the videos come out, this is where you're going to go to watch it. I'm going to call you and ask you if you saw it.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Awesome. So, Yolanda, what is the realest or rawest moment or experience that you've had on your competition journey?
Well, within my 2 shows. It was really that Battle of Texas when I first stepped on the stage for the masters masters portion, 35B.
Mhm.
Yeah. But walking off the stage and breaking down into complete tears. Like that was like crazy. It was a surreal moment of just everything rushing in and out of me.
Mhm.
I think the feeling of I finally got here, like all of this energy, all of this desire, all of everything that I've been doing this whole, what we say, year and a half or so of getting back to stage, not knowing if you're going to actually get there or actually do it. And then actually being there and doing it and feeling like you're doing it well and being present for it. It was just like everything just exploded. And it's like the expression of it was not going to come out into words, but it came all the way out in just every bit of tears. And I don't know when I was going to stop crying, but I'm thankful I did. Y'all was talking to me. Oh yeah, I remember what you were saying. You was like, "We ain't done yet. Come on, you gotta bring that pepper. You gotta bring that pepper sauce. We not done yet."
Right.
Oh my God, that's what.
But come on.
Yeah, I think even Sim was back there. Listen, I was just bawling, and I'm like, "Why are you crying? Like, this is amazing. This feels good. This is where you're supposed to be. This is you. You know what I mean? It felt great, but man, I guess it wasn't no words for it. It was just that. So that was a moment. That was my realest, rawest moment.
It was a special moment too, because I mean, it's one of those moments that you can feel, you know, and I could recognize that. Like, I could tell that there was a bunch of stuff going on, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, but I could see just the release of energy of just your journey of, you know, all of the questions and all of the answers that came within that moment. And it was really special. And I have to add, even though this is your question and your interview, I have to add, I feel like the realest moment that I've experienced with you, I will never forget it because I think it was so special, was when your husband came into the room after you had all of your makeup already on, you're, you know, getting ready to go to the venue, you had your suit on, we were doing like our last few rounds of practice, I think maybe with Shawn or just before, just after. And he was just in complete just awe of just you and your beauty and your physique, like all of the things, and he couldn't just not stop, you know, being so in awe of you in, like, I call it like your goddess moment, you know. I still think about that because I think it's just so special to see, you know, if you ever watch those video clips or those reels where people are, you know, the wedding videos or whatever, and then like the husband breaks down crying when the wife comes in, you know, it was kind of like one of those moments, but it was like me experiencing it, seeing that from somebody in real time.
Yeah.
It was like one of the most incredible, special moments that I have ever witnessed in my life. And the look on his face was just like so unforgettable. It was
that's so
I wish I had caught that on camera. I might have. As many pictures I got, I might have.
I know, right? I still think I'm going through pictures and videos for you. But no lie, I'm so happy you got to capture that and share that with me, because I still think in that moment that was before everything. And me personally, I was still here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I guess in a way I was calm. And I think the only reason I was calm is because you were there to like guide me through that, so that I didn't have to stress or really focus on anything else. But even with that calm, there was all the fear, and all the struggle and all of the intention. There was just probably a lot of everything going on. So I don't think I really got to process anything really until I got my release. So even with all of that, I feel bad because I kind of missed that, and it might have been overshadowed with what was going on in my head. But I'm so happy that you get to share that piece with me, and I, you know, even what he captured and what you captured, getting to look back at that, but in the way that you just shared that, it was like that's beautiful.
It was. I wish I could take my vision and like transplant it into you, so that you can carry that with you as you start, you know, as you continue to evolve and continue to work, you know, build on the confidence that you've already built. Like, it was just like a next to none experience. Real talk. I definitely have to go through my phone and see if I have like captured that moment, because it was so special. And then the picture, you know, that I think Sim took that picture of your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there was just so many incredible So it makes sense, you know, that day, that show was like super duper special for you. It was
It
just
really
cool.
was. You know, it was crazy. Initially, I was going to that show by myself. And I can't imagine doing it now without them or all of you being there. I was literally just gonna, you know, just go and just doing my second show, whatever. But it was not whatever. It was like, oh my God. It
was a long
was, I don't
day.
think I'll ever forget that show and that moment and everything about it. Everything about it was just so perfect. I'm like, if any other show is not like that, which I'm not going to set my expectations because that already was over the top. So
yeah,
I already know it's not going to be like that. But that one right there is the one. It felt like my first show all over again, and it was just one to always remember. So I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for how everything went down with that year and that process, even the struggles.
yeah, it led to one big, huge, incredible moment for you. So I'm happy I got to witness it. I know Steph got to see through videos and, you know, things of that nature. But I mean,
I want to say, Steph, you fell asleep.
We all was. I mean, if I wasn't there, I probably would have been asleep too. That was a long job. I mean, they really did such a good job with that show for as many competitors as there were and as long as it was. But girl, that was a long job.
2-day show this year.
I hope so. It might need to be.
They already said it. It was.
Oh, did they?
Sheila mentioned that. I hope they don't change that. But she said, yeah, you know, it's going to be 2 days this year. I'm like, it better be.
Right.
So I hope that's confirmed. So,
yeah.
And then with them hosting that nationals, man, listen, I would tell anybody to go.
Shoot, yeah. Heck yeah. And that's a nice venue too. So, yeah, but okay, that was special. Miss Yacht stuff.
I mean, I feel like I'm on the
hot seat. She did a good job. Yeah.
Right.
I think she did a pretty good job explaining.
Y'all can wrap it up. Am I? Let me stop.
You're so silly. No. You did. You did a great job. You gave us a lot. You gave us a lot to think about. And to get to know you. And I know Steph asked about your advice to, you know, new moms, nursing moms, so on and so forth. But what about just to competitors in general? What is the realest or rawest piece of advice that you would give to any competitor at any level? New, you know, advanced, in the middle?
Just go for it and put your all into it if it's really what you desire. And it doesn't matter what it is. Just go ahead and own whatever it is that you want to put your mind to, and allow it to take over you and unfold to what it's going to be. All things will come in the right time. And make sure you have fun with it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, nice. Well, we appreciate you, you know, being so open and vulnerable, and you know, we all had a little bit of tears with you. So, what kinds of things are you into now? What kind of partnerships or, you know, promos do you want to share with the group that people should check out?
Okay. Well, I have a few codes. Maybe 3. No real partnerships yet, but who knows what will unfold eventually. But just for now, you know, I have the Shoe Fairy, of course, because I love her heels. That was literally my first purchase of anything else. My shoes came before the suit. And the funny story about that was literally I just wanted to put myself in the mindset of I'm going to compete, even without being sure that I was going to. So I put on them heels and I was like, oh, these comfortable. And Okay, I could walk in these.
That's important.
Definitely.
And I just kind of did my whole pretending I'm a competitor in it. So I was very happy with my first purchase, which was the Shoe Fairy, and definitely that code is, what is my code? Oh, it's U-Landa. It's my name.
Is it U-Landa all one word, or is the dash in there?
Always the dash, y'all. Listen, my name on my birth certificate is U-Landa. U-Landa. And the reason I'm saying it like that is because they always come in for me at the DMV or the airport.
Oh, dang. I didn't even think about that.
They're always trying to take out my dash. Some places they don't even take the dash. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Right.
But anyway, of course, there's the Shawn Couture referral, and you can find that in my link tree. And you can find all of these in my link tree and anything that I support. Like I said, I really don't have any what is the word that I'm looking for? I used it before. Anyone that I'm really with other than Shawn, who is my suit sponsor, but I do have things that I do love, and I wholeheartedly support them and would guide people in that direction. So you could find my Shawn Couture referral code in my link tree. You could find my Shoe Fairy code in my link tree. And of course, MegaFit Meals. They have been saving some of my days, and their meals are good. I tried a
Yes,
couple
they
of
are.
meals.
Mm-hmm. You put me, both of y'all did.
They're legit. Oh, yo, pizza's good. I'm
I
sorry.
haven't tried that yet.
The pizza? They got pizza now?
They got pizza.
Oh, I need to look into that.
It has like the cauliflower.
Crust?
Yes.
Ooh,
But
okay.
it's really good. It's really good. I enjoyed it. Looking to try a few other different styles, which they put out a new style. Anyway, let me stop. But yeah, MegaFit Meals is in my link tree, and my what's my Instagram name? Fit with you, FIT.WITH.U. Excuse me if I almost forgot how to spell.
No, not a problem. And we, as with Steph's episode and any episode that we do, we will link all of her codes, all of her promos, all of the things that she holds near and dear to her heart into the show notes. But thank you again for letting our listeners get to know a little bit more about you. And keep tuning in, y'all. We will continue with our series, and then we will get into some nitty-gritty, real topics and interviews. So continue to stick with us, like, subscribe, share with a friend, and join us back here for the next episode of The Real Raw Real.
You're so cute. You say that so well. Don't ask me to do that. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, guys.